Welcome, guys, to another episode of Tech-Tonic, the podcast. And in this episode, this is promising to be quite an interesting episode. We've gone all the way to Nigeria, and today we have a visionary leader in the community building. This person, she emphasizes the power of small and committed groups to drive change, and she believes in ensuring value of projects over fleeting heights. And she's been all about inspiring growth, urging creators to focus on real value over hype and sharing joys of teaching. I think I've been in one of the communities that she leads, and she is an inspiring Web3 marketing education marketer in some way, and in terms of leading the education in the Web3 space, she's key. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Faith Samuel from all the way from Nigeria. Faith Samuel, welcome to Tech-Tonic, the podcast.
Thank you so much, Howard. It's actually a privilege to be here with you, and you're actually doing an awesome job with Tech-Tonic podcast, and I'm excited for this episode. I can't wait to share my journey and everything I have today.
Thank you so much. I know you really been waiting for this. Like, there is some point where you can't really wait to be part of this podcast, but here we are. You're welcome. So I think I'll just get straight into things. I know Faith Samuel, and I would love for you to share with the audience, your journey, and just tell us about yourself and the scale of the communities you have built and managed, and in a way try to make it clear how do the numbers within the communities that you manage reflect the impact you are making in the Web3 space and probably beyond the Web3 space.
Hey, thank you, Howard, once again. So my journey in the Web3 space, I say the way it started is I just had this growth mindset, this opportunity to grow, to learn, to be different, to stand out. And even though I came into the space as a newbie, I literally didn't know anything about Web3, what it was all about. But I knew I heard of airdrops, Bitcoin, Ethereum, but the whole concept was kind of overwhelming to me. I wanted to learn more, and surprisingly, I got an opportunity to come into the Web3 space as an intern. I started as an intern for Aya. I'm sure you know about Aya. I started an intern with them, started as a content creator, just coming up with content, managing the social media handles. Then I started managing their account, their community. From Telegram, we moved to Discord. Honestly, it was overwhelming. It was also fascinating at the same time because I didn't really understand what community management was. I had to go as far as doing research, asking the right question. I remember I jumped on a call with various people who have been in the space. He just gave me some roadmap, strategy to come up with, how to handle the community. And then I started making use of those strategy. But what I realized was that I asked myself, okay, what do the community really want? Like, what kind of community am I actually managing? I went as far as listening to the community member, asking them what they want to say in the community. I think that was how it all started. I started coming up with amazing strategy to grow the community, and I grew the community from inception. From I think we were 50 community member as at then, or literally zero on Discord, to over 1,600 plus community members, community of talent, of builders, and since then, it has been an amazing ride. It has been an impactful journey. I think the fact that when people join the community, they come in as a newbie and they leave becoming builders, not just builders. Some of them are founders. Some of them are doing well in their various fields as a product manager, as a product designer, as a smart contract developer. I think that's what truly community is, giving value to the community members, not just about the number, but it's more than just the number. And being in the Web3 space has given me more clarity of what Web3 is all about. It's not just engaging, but leaving an impact to everyone.
Yeah, thank you. And the one fun thing, like I joined your community, the Aya community, some years ago, and you were the guys who actually exposed me to when I started recording my first video that I published on my YouTube channel. You were the first guys who helped me do that, and kudos to you guys. And I think I've been part of a community, and it's really an insightful community where people share ideas. And one main reason why I decided to have this episode with you, I know I have got creators and entrepreneurs who actually listen to this podcast, who follow this podcast, and I'm pretty sure they want to build their own communities also. And on some of the posts that you one of the posts that you posted on your X, you were emphasizing that the Web3 space thrives on community, and that small dedicated groups can spark big change. I like that. And as I have highlighted, for some of our listeners, they're creators, some of them are entrepreneurs that are looking towards to building their own communities. Whether the community that they want to build is in Web3 or it's outside of Web3, what's the one actionable step they should take to foster a high, tight-knit, value-driven community that lasts, especially when the temptation to chase trends and hype is so strong? I'm pretty sure at this point in time, there are a lot of technological hypes that are happening, and people can easily lose the zeal to build their communities and follow these trends. What's one actionable thing that you can say, no guys, you should stick to this?
Okay, I would say one thing I'll actually say to anyone looking to build a community is to actually stay authentic, right? Be true to yourself, because it's very easy to get caught up with the hype and trend, especially in Web3. The hype is outrageous, and there are always various trends coming up. But what really matters is building something that is grounded in genuine value, like focus on creating a space where people feel seen and heard. If you can do that, you actually build a community that lasts even when the trend fades. Because I know that one of the recent tweets I posted, like you mentioned, I mentioned that projects should focus on building a lasting project, right?
Yeah.
Project that gives value, not just because of the hype. Because when the hype fades, so what next? You might lose your community members. At the end of the day, you discover you don't even have true people building it. And I always use Aya for example, because despite the hype, despite the trend, we've created a community where everyone is heard, where everyone is being seen. We've created a community where we dish out real value, we give everyone a voice, we are authentic, right? So whatever we are doing, we are authentic, we have a true voice, we've given true value, we've literally giving a lot of community members value, right? And for every entrepreneur out there, every founder trying to build a community, just be authentic. Don't just get caught up so much with the I believe in what and not believe in what you're building. Have passion for what you're building, right? And be authentic, dish out true value. The people are in your community, let them feel, create a space where people actually feel seen and heard. If you can do this, trust me, you are building a community that will last even when the trend fades.
Yeah, and also I think some of the people who follow us, they are not that much into tech, and I think it would be a good thing if we just try to make the ground level for them. Can you try to explain to the people, to the audience, what, from your own understanding of Web3, what is it, so that people can just understand it? You can make it a little bit short.
Okay, so as we all know, we have Web 1, you have Web 2, and we're currently in Web 2 mode, just the internet where you can actually read and all of that. But Web 3 is a different level. Just Web 3 has an internet where internet, everything is becoming more decentralized. You have your own privacy, you have your own privacy to your data, you can actually, you don't need a third party and any of that. You can make your own decision. You can't wake up, I'll just make it simple. You can't wake up one morning and see that your account has been blocked. Let's say on Twitter, your account has been suspended because you don't have access or you don't have control over your platform or over your data. You don't need a third part like traditional finance bank before you can make transaction, before you can make any transaction. There has to be an authority, there has to be a third party. But in Web3, it's decentralized. You have rights over any of your data. You have rights over your documents. And Web3 is trying to build that technology whereby everyone has a say, right? I don't know if you've heard of DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, where everyone has a say, everyone has a voice. So just see Web3 as a new world, as a new internet. There's no control. You control things yourself. You own everything. So I'm trying to break this down to the simplest form. When you think of Web3, think of Web3 as ownership, as decentralization.
Yeah, thank you. I think you just made it really clear. And one thing that I know is majority of the communities that we build, for example, the Discord community, you might not be making money or you might not be making a lot of money out of it, but it's one thing that you are so passionate about, one thing that you keep on pushing, one thing that you make sure there is engagement each and every day within the communities. And I think it's one of the most difficult things when it comes to people to maintain, or yeah, to keep on maintaining something that they know it's not bringing income, but it's a community that is being built. What really keeps you going? What really keeps you motivated to keep on maintaining these spaces?
Uh, I don't know if I've gotten this question before, but I just think is the passion. But aside from the passion, see, one of my motivation is just the impact I make on people. Like when you see someone joining the community and all of a sudden their life is being transformed, where is changing their life, is boosting their self-confidence, their perspective is shifting because of the community I've helped build. I've created this, I've given them this sense of you can be more, you can create opportunity for yourself, most especially you can create financial freedom for yourself. I've seen people join the community with no skills, no, you don't know where they're going to. They just come, just say, I want to learn. They come with an open mind. And I'm like, you're going to be in this community and you're going to get real value. Your life is going to be impacted. So it's beyond maybe the money. Yes, we all want the money, right?
Yeah.
Everyone want the money in the Web3 space. Everybody are in for the money. But what drives me going is the impact that I'm going to lay in people's life, the opportunity I'm going to give to them, And that's something that actually keeps me going. And it actually works for every project as well. If you're a founder, I would say focus on the purpose behind your project as well. Like I focus on the purpose of why are we building this? Why are we building the Higher Talent Collective? Or why am I managing the Higher Talent Collective? Okay, we want to change the life of global of talents out there. We want to put them globally. We want to change the life of builders. We want to give them opportunities. We want to give them global opportunities. And I so much believe in this. Another thing is believe. Believe in what you're doing. And when you believe in whatever you're doing, the passion you follow, you are waking up every morning because you have something you believe in. And Mr. Eric will always say, stand for something or else you fall for anything. So if you believe in something, the passion is going to follow. And the money will truly come when you are adding value. And I'll say this to myself, I don't chase opportunity. Opportunities come to me because I'm additional value. When people see value, they are attracted to it, right? So the money is going to come, but think about the lives you're going to change. Think about your product, what your product is going to do for someone out there. If people are attracted by the value you give them, right?
Yeah.
When people see the value you're giving them, they will definitely want to become a consistent user. They will also want to talk about your project to everyone. They want to talk about your community to everyone. And you see people joining your community just to get that value, just to make sure they've been impacted. So I think that's one of my motivations. It's just about impact. That's what has driven me so far, impacting and changing people's life in the Web3 space.
By the way, for those who don't know who is Eric, I think he mentioned Eric there. I think he's one of the bosses for the company where she works right now. I think that is called Aya. I think I'll share some handles to their one of their communities on Discord and probably their X handle. You can just check out the communities. They are quite insightful and powerful. You have to join them. One thing that has been in my mind for quite very long time is to know, for example, in Zimbabwe, actually, blockchain is in one of the things that is really accepted within the community of Zimbabwe. And I think there's another episode where I mentioned that we actually don't have a document of some sort that guides people in Zimbabwe on how to use blockchain, or even educating, try to let the masses of Zimbabwe understand what is blockchain and how does it work. And as a person who really interacts with people from different backgrounds, from different cultures, from different countries, I think you got people from all over Africa, if not mistaken. What really surprised you most about how these all different regions embraces blockchain, and how blockchain may have managed to shape up the other communities?
Yeah, okay. Definitely different countries have their own perspective to Web3. Or and this it actually surprises me how different countries in the group actually adopt Web3. From, for example, I think Southeast Asia, a lot of people are drawn to it because it offers financial freedom and traditional financial freedom that traditional banking might not accept. But for I think in Nigeria, the way you see Web3 in Nigeria is more of the crypto kind of a thing. They want to make money and all of that. But in other parts of the world, it might be of more about more decentralized or having control over the internet. Just depends on how various countries sees Web3. For example, in most of the community I've managed communities where they are filled of different African countries from Uganda, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Kenya, and they have different perspectives to Web3, even though many of them want to have make money immediately, have traditional financial freedom immediately. Why some just want to gain knowledge, just want to build something right? You just want to stand out in the Web3 space. So, and the way I actually build my community, I make sure that it's very, very flexible, right? I build the community because each region has their own different priority and needs. So I have to make sure it's flexible and things are done differently, right? Depending on where the people are coming from. So I always give an example of Aya, right? I've gotten a lot of DMs like, okay, can don't we drop airdrops in the community? Something might come to my DM like, don't we give out resources in the community? Someone can come to my DM and like, okay, I'm building a project. How can you guys help? And it's far from different region. And why they come to me and notice that it's because of their belief, right? Because of their belief. And I don't just push everyone. I'm like, we can't offer your needs. Or why is it a community? Why is it a decentralized platform? Because you need to hear your community members. You need to give them what they want. They need to have a voice. They need to understand that you hear them. So what I do is we create different channels where we give airdrops. We create opportunities where those who want to learn about Web3, about the technical, we come up with workshop. Then we create for those who want to build something, come up with hackathons, incubation programs, and all of that. So you just have to create rooms for different region because they have different mindset, they have different perspectives to what Web3 is all about. Yeah, I think I think that's all.
Yeah, oh, thanks. Thank you so much for that. And I just want to know from Nigeria, what's the status like right now? What's the setup in terms of the policies that govern blockchain? Did the government do anything? What's the status right now?
Right now, when I say they're trying to accept blockchain, I won't literally say that, but to an extent, um, a lot of people are trying to accept Web3. But I believe if the government can literally accept Web3, accept blockchain, it's going to go a long way. They need to adopt Web3 first. And the way Web3 can thrive in every globe, in every country, is it starts with the people, right? So the people can accept it, then I think the government can actually go as far as accepting it. But when you hear things like people saying blockchain is a scam, I'm sure you've heard of that before, Web3 is a scam and all of that, maybe because they try to jump into an airdrop, try to jump into something they just hear about. They didn't even do any research, and at the end of the day, they lost a huge sum of money. They're like, okay, crypto is actually a scam. So it's just in between because quite a number of people are accepting blockchain and many people are not accepting blockchain. But in terms of government, we are still getting there. We're still getting there. We've not totally accepted blockchain technology.
Yeah, like you just said, one thing that I wanted to ask you is the last technical questions of some sort on the acceptance of blockchain within the people. Like because there is a lot of fear in people. Like people don't really trust the whole blockchain technology, and some people they say they're actually making a lot of money out of the community, out of blockchain, but at the on the other end, there are people who are actually saying no, we can't even try to get into this space. It's actually not safe for us, or they actually don't understand it. What do you have to say to both people within these two ends, the people who are making money or who understand this, and the people who actually afraid of the whole technology?
Okay, I totally get why people are actually intimidated by blockchain because when you hear it at first, it sounds like a whole new world, and you get a lot of questions. What is blockchain? What is Web3? Is it a scam? And all of that. But I always tell people to start small before you just jump into Web3. Start Get to understand what the technology is all about. Understand it first before you come to a conclusion. Don't just dive into it immediately. You're not going to know everything. Don't worry about knowing everything. And that's actually it. We try to get all the own knowledge immediately. No, just start small, digest the knowledge. And one thing I would say is when you understand the basic of it, start leveraging on the technology, start testing out the technology. Okay, you've heard of wallets, you've heard of decentralized applications. So why don't you download the application? Why don't you test it out? How does this work? What's my public address, what's my private wallet address, and all of that? Understand the basic and know that the beauty of Web3 is that it gives you control. I said this, that it gives you control over your data, over your assets, over your digital identity. Yeah. And also find a community, a true community, and ask questions, right? And these are for people who are trying to know more about Web3, right? Ask questions, join the right. There are a lot of Web3 community out there that are willing to answer any question, right? And take baby steps. It's not about being an expert. I'm not even an expert yet, right? But still take baby steps and explore, learn about the space, because the space is actually meant to empower everyone. And that's actually what I love about Web3, empowerment, giving you an opportunity, giving you freedom, right? Yeah. And if you come to understand what Web3 is, what the future of Web3 is, I don't see any need why anyone should be scared of the old technology. Instead, you should be excited. Okay, I need to know what this is, right? And don't be deceived by the noise. Don't be deceived by what you're hearing. Do your own personal research. Get to understand the technology first, so that, because there are a lot of hype, there are a lot of trend, there are a lot of bad wagons out there. So you just have to be very, very, very careful.
Yeah, just to put it out there, I'm one of these people who actually believe in blockchain. But recently, I lost, I think, around 50 USD in the blockchain. I just didn't do my due diligence or something that I ended up getting into, and I lost some money. But nonetheless, it's actually a safe space to be, and I really believe it will revolutionize a majority of spaces in Africa, in the world, where we have issues as people. Just to wrap this up, I just wanted to know if there is anything at all that you really wanted to share with the audience.
Okay. I would say that anyone that is listening and you want to build a community, or you're working on a project, or you want to actually start managing your own community, I'd say that in the Web3 space, I would say community is everything, and it's a journey, not a race, right? Managing a community is actually a journey, not a race. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be overwhelming and all. You might not grow your community all at once. You might not really get the community you're looking for at the same time. Well, it's just one step at a time. It's not about how fast you actually grow or how many followers you have, how many community members you have. It's actually about the quality of relationship you build along the way. So when you're growing a community, when you're managing a community, when you're trying to build your own community, don't just focus on the numbers, right? Don't focus on how fast you want to go, but look back and look at the relationship you've built, the quality of relationship you've built, and stay true to your values. Definitely stay true to your values, right? Stay patient and be focused on the bigger future, or bigger picture. Focus on what lies ahead of you, and definitely the impact will come and it will be worth it. So I think that's it for me.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, as a way of wrapping each and every one of our episodes, we have a challenge. We challenge our guests' imagination. We ask our guests to imagine themselves interviewing our next guest, and they have to ask a non-tech related question. For you, it will be a question which is out of your field. So.
Okay.
there is a question that was left for you, and I don't know if this applies to Nigeria, but I think it applies to literally every country within the world. So the question was, we okay, let me read it. We have we have seen very few ladies within the tech spaces, and for you, I think it will be in the Web3 space, or in the yeah, mostly in the Web3 space. So we have seen quite a few ladies within the tech spaces, and what can be done? What do you think may be the issue? Uh, why we have few ladies within these spaces, and what can be done to close this gap?
Uh, I would say the reason is most lady are actually scared, like say scared to come out of their shell, scared to put themselves out there, because Web3 space is not even, it's for everyone. So literally everybody can come to the Web3 space. Just that there might be some challenges for the women in terms of being scared, because I suffered from it, imposter syndrome. I was scared of coming out, but I just had to come out of my comfort zone. You hardly find a few ladies who are building something. We have quite a number of ladies in the Web3 space, but I think the dominance of men is quite more than the female in the space. So I think one of the challenge could be them being scared of coming out, putting themselves out there, coming out of their comfort zone. They are here to see their true potential of what they can achieve. And I think one way to actually solve that issue is actually to maybe come up with, let other communities give women the opportunity to show what they can do, show their potential, give them opportunity to put themselves out there, let the opportunity be accessible, right?
Yeah.
Let there not be bias, let them not be biased, right? Because I believe Web3 space is an open space for everyone. And as a lady, I'm actually going as far as reaching out to other ladies, telling them the potential of Web3, the opportunity that lies for them. The world is evolving, and we have to evolve as well. Every lady out there, you should actually evolve, put yourself out there, learn something, learn a skill. It could be content writing, it could be content creation. It doesn't have to be technical, right?
Yeah.
If you love writing, go into content writing, if you love creating content, become a content creator. You can be anything in Web3. So far you can offer value, right?
Yes.
So I think if we could actually show the ladies that okay, there's an opportunity for you in this space. Come in, what can you offer? Come in, and they should actually upskill and do a lot of research so that when the opportunity comes, they'll be prepared and ready to embrace every opportunity that comes by.
Hmm. Thank you so much, Faith Samuel. Thank you so much. I think you are the second lead guest on this podcast. Majority of the guests actually actually been men, and we really appreciate what you did. And I think it's actually a call to the ladies out there. The Web3 space is not for men to be for men only. The blockchain space is not for men only. Even being on this podcast, it's not for men only. Ladies, you can actually come and join, and we have quite interesting discussions. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it. I think I will try to share some of your social media handles, for example, Twitter, with some of my guests. I think if you are cool with that, I will do that. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'd actually enjoy this section.
Yeah, so we have more in the future. So this has been Tech-Tonic the podcast. See you guys on the next episode. Please subscribe, please turn on the notification bell and share with others. See you on the next episode.